Good morning, Danny Robson. I am Mahira. Let's start the warm-up sessions. Why did you choose to become a nurse?
There are several reasons why I chose nursing. First of all, many of my relatives are nurses and their stories inspired me a lot. Besides, nursing is a profession with an ocean of opportunities, both native and abroad. Above all, this is a service-oriented profession in which I can serve humanity. Hence, I chose nursing as my career.
What are the current trends in your profession?
Nursing is a dynamic profession and changes happen daily. Nowadays, technology plays a vital role in my profession. For instance, paper records that we used in older days have been updated to electronic records. Besides, at present, we are following evidence-based practice, which means there is a scientific rationale for every procedure. Moreover, in present days, a nurse can function as a nurse practitioner, which is equivalent to the position of a physician.
Do you have a role model?
Yes, I do. My role model is my mother. I follow many things that my mother does. It is from my mother I learned the basics of kind behavior, decision-making, and organizing skills, a polite and humble manner, helping and sharing mentality. The care and respect she gives to everyone makes me wonder sometimes. She is a perfect example of womanhood. I believe a nurse should possess all these qualities. She is my superhero.
Which is your favorite destination and why?
My dream destination is Australia. The first and foremost thing is that Australia has a world-class healthcare system and I can be a part of it. Secondly, the country has a better standard of living and economic and political stability. Besides, here nurses are paid well and respected too. In addition, I have many friends and relatives over there, so they can help me during my initial days.
What is your career goal after reaching your dream destination?
Right now, I do not have any clear management goals. I am very interested in learning about management and leadership and would be interested in any committees that I could participate in and learn. I have lots of ideas and would love to be in a brainstorming group, and I am very interested in the management dynamics of the organization. I feel that I need to join leadership groups to learn and meet new people.
You can now start your OET roleplay.
Thank you, Mihira. I understand. You're here because of a nosebleed, and I just finished examining you. To better understand your condition, could you please describe the nosebleed in your own words?
Yes, Danny. There was a fair amount of blood, but it wasn't too much. It lasted for about 10 minutes. Thankfully, I wasn't having any trouble breathing during the bleed.
Thank you for explaining that. Do you have any idea what might have caused the nosebleed?
I am not sure about the reason for the condition. I haven't injured my nose recently, but I had a similar nosebleed a few months ago.
Okay. And are you currently on any treatments or medications that I should be aware of?
No, I'm not on any medications.
All right, Mihira, based on my observation and what you've described, it seems that the bleeding was caused by a scab being dislodged inside your nose. Try not to be worried. This is a common issue, and thankfully, it's not usually serious. With a few simple steps, you can easily manage it.
That's a relief to hear. What should I do to manage it?
Definitely, Mihira. I will explain how to manage the bleeding. There are a few steps you should follow. First, sit down and lean slightly forward. This helps prevent swallowing blood and keeps the blood flowing out of your nose. Then, pinch the soft part of your nose just above the nostrils and hold it for 10 to 15 minutes without releasing. Applying a cold compress to the bridge of your nose can also help to reduce the bleeding. Mihira, it is very important not to blow your nose or pick at the scab, as this can cause further bleeding. Do you have any concerns or questions?
Got it. I understand your words. But what if the bleeding doesn't stop?
Yes, I appreciate you asked me this question. If the bleeding doesn't stop after following the initial steps, Mihira, you can apply a piece of gauze pad soaked in saline or nasal spray to the affected area and continue to maintain pressure for another 10 to 15 minutes. If the bleeding still persists despite these measures, it's important to seek immediate medical attention. This will ensure that you receive the proper care and prevent any further complications. Do you have any other questions or concerns?
Thank you, Danny. I feel much better knowing what to do.
You're welcome, Mihira. Let's review our conversation to ensure you have all the information you need. You came in today because of a nosebleed, and after examining you, I found that the bleeding was caused by a scab being dislodged inside your nose. You mentioned that the bleeding was moderate, lasted about 10 minutes, and you didn't experience any difficulty breathing. You haven't had any recent nose injuries, aren't on any medications, but you did have a similar nosebleed a few months ago. To manage the bleeding, sit down and lean slightly forward to avoid swallowing blood and keep it flowing out of your nose. Pinch the soft part of your nose just above the nostrils and hold it for 10 to 15 minutes without releasing. Applying a cold compress to the bridge of your nose can help reduce the bleeding. It's very important not to blow your nose or pick at the scab to prevent further bleeding. If the bleeding doesn't stop, you can apply a piece of gauze pad soaked in saline or nasal spray to the affected area and maintain pressure for another 10 to 15 minutes. If it still persists, seek immediate medical attention to ensure proper care and prevent complications. I hope it is well clear for you. Take care, Mihira, and don't hesitate to come back if you have any more issues or questions.